Welcome back to another explainer. Right, we are tackling a scenario today that, let's be honest, strikes absolute fear into the heart of absolutely every homeowner. You push the handle, and instead of that satisfying whoosh, the water starts rising. Right? It's that universal moment of pure plumbing panic. You're probably mentally drafting an apology letter to your downstairs neighbors or kissing your weekend plans goodbye. But hey, take a breath. Before you frantically dial an emergency plumber or start draining your savings account, we're going to use a calm, structured investigation to figure out exactly what's happening in those pipes. Basically, we're turning you into a plumbing detective today.
When you're staring down that rising toilet water, the immediate anxiety is totally justified. But we need to logically answer one absolutely crucial question. Is this just a simple, localized clog you can fix in 5 minutes? Or is it a symptom of a massive sewer line disaster? Pinning this down validates your concern, sure, but more importantly, it literally dictates exactly what your next steps should be. Okay, let's dive into this diagnostic checklist. 1. Diagnosing your plumbing panic. 2. Clue 1. Toilet behavior. 3. Clue 2. Shared pipes. 4. Clue 3. Sounds and smells. And 5. Next steps, DIY or pro. Moving right along to section 1. Diagnosing your plumbing panic.
So the very first rule of plumbing diagnostics, it's pretty simple. Do not assume the worst. I know, it is incredibly tempting to jump straight to the nightmare scenario of collapsed pipes and $1,000 repairs. But look, a lot of clogs are strictly limited to the toilet itself, or maybe just the local drain line serving that one specific bathroom. Seriously, not every backup requires a professional. Instead of panicking, we're going to rely on a few straightforward empirical tests to gather the evidence and solve this pipe mystery.
Which brings us to section 2, clue 1, toilet behavior.
Okay, the speed and behavior of the water actually tells a really clear story. This is our first sensory anchor. If you flush and the water rises in the bowl but then slowly drains away over time, or even if it just sits there refusing to move, that blockage is usually right there, very close to the toilet. That's your classic run-of-the-mill toilet clog. It happens all the time because, someone used way too much toilet paper or flushed a wipe that definitely wasn't flushable, creating a partial blockage that just got worse. Contrast that with a broader sewer problem. Signs of a mainline blockage tend to appear really quickly and super consistently. There is just a completely different rhythm to the water when the main artery of your plumbing is choked up. Let's step out of the bathroom for section 3. Clue 2, shared pipes. This right here is the golden rule of our investigation. Checking nearby fixtures is absolutely the biggest tell. Because your house's plumbing isn't just a bunch of separate tubes, right? It's an interconnected tree. If the trunk of the tree is blocked, all the branches are going to suffer. So, if you notice your toilet backing up and other fixtures are showing symptoms at the exact same time, you are almost certainly looking at a problem in that shared plumbing path. There is a massive physical difference between a localized annoyance and a total systemic failure. A localized issue, that just means the toilet bowl fills. It's safe, it's isolated, it's fully contained within the porcelain. But a mainline issue, yeah, that's when things get real nasty. If you're seeing sewage-like water backing up and collecting in sinks, showers, bathtubs, the laundry room, or worst of all, those floor drains in your basement, that is the main line talking to you. Since floor drains are usually the absolute lowest point in your home's plumbing system, they're often the very first place a mainline sewer backup shows its face. If you see water pooling down there, treat it as a major sewer line emergency immediately.
Moving on to section 4, clue 3, sounds and smells.
Time to shift focus from what you can see to what you can hear and smell. Listen really closely to your drains. If you hear gurgling sounds, that's a huge red flag that air is physically getting pushed back through the plumbing because the water has absolutely nowhere else to go. Now, if that gurgling is isolated strictly to the toilet you just flushed, it might just be a local trap-related blockage. Really no big deal. But if you flush the toilet and suddenly the bathroom drain starts gurgling or the bathroom sink starts bubbling away, that widespread gurgling almost always supports a sewer line or main drain obstruction. Same goes for smells. Sure, a local clog can smell pretty awful, but persistent foul odors coming from multiple drains, that suggests sewer gas or trapped waste deeper in the broader system. Just a quick tip though, odors should really only be a secondary signal. Don't rely on it alone, use it to back up your other clues. And hey, timing matters a lot here too. A one-off mishap right after somebody uses the bathroom is typically just a simple clog. But what if you wake up in the morning, nobody has used the plumbing for 8 solid hours, and there's a backup in the shower? No way.
Sudden, repeated incidents with little to no plumbing use strongly point to developing mainline trouble. The water from your city line, or just the collective pressure of the system, might be backing up into your home without you even touching a single faucet.
All right, section 5, next steps, DIY or pro. Time to build your action plan. If all your clues, the behavior, the isolated nature, the lack of widespread gurgling, point to a local toilet clog, here are your safe, non-destructive troubleshooting steps. Step 1, literally stop using the toilet immediately. Don't test it by flushing again because you'll just overflow the bowl and make a huge mess. Step 2, skip those harsh chemical miracle cleaners. Seriously, they rarely work on tough physical clogs, and they can actually eat away at your pipes or burn you if they splash back. Step 3, grab a proper flange plunger. That's the one with the extra rubber cup extending out of the bottom, not the flat one for sinks. Plunge firmly and repeatedly. Most paper or minor blockages are going to yield to this. But quick warning, if you suspect a solid item, like a kid's toy, is lodged down there, do not force it further down. That's your cue to stop.
But what if your inner detective points to the main line? If you've got multi-fixture backups, widespread gurgling across different drains, or recurring episodes that just keep happening, it is time to prioritize safety. Prevent catastrophic water damage and call a professional. Sewer line issues are absolutely not a DIY job. We're talking deep obstructions, tree roots that have literally broken through your old underground pipes, or even totally collapsed sections. A professional plumber won't just guess. They'll use advanced tools, like fiber optic camera inspections, to pinpoint the exact problem spot. Depending on what they find, they might use mechanical rotting to slice through roots, or hydrojetting, which is basically high-pressure power washing for the inside of your pipes, to clear out severe buildup. And that brings us to the end of our investigation. By simply comparing how your toilet behaves with what the rest of the drains in your house are doing, you can narrow down the culprit incredibly fast. So armed with these clues from today's explainer, what's your next move going to be? Are you confidently grabbing that flange plunger to tackle a local clog? Or are you picking up the phone to call in the pros and save your main line? Before you ever flush again, ask yourself, do you truly know what's lurking in the pipes beneath your feet? Thanks for hanging out with me for this explainer. Keep your eyes open and we'll catch you next time.